lõika läbi.
Alrighty, it's the next day. I decided to do some planning because there's a few things here I have to shuffle around, and otherwise it's just complete chaos. I can't get anywhere. So we're going to see there was minus 20 degrees Celsius cold last night, and the mud pit is completely frozen over. I would say I could actually, or I mean, theory, I could use the crawler and get those spruce trees out, because those are like really heavy ones. The problem is this side here is over 40 centimeters. There's like almost a half. I would have to fill that trench, because the crawler's blade frame is exactly about 40 centimeters from the ground. So I would have to kind of, and it doesn't have a belly pan, so I would have to actually reshuffle this material here and make it usable. Technically I could put the log grappler behind the crawler. It's a very, you know, slip fit. It's like 1 millimeter fit to fit it, but I don't have an auxiliary outtake for the hydraulics. So maybe in the future I actually should do that auxiliary hydraulic lines, and we can actually use the grappler. We could use the log grappler behind the thing, and as you can see, it's a beautiful winter right now. Man, like this kind of weather I enjoy much. And I think the plan is really simple. I'm gonna do the maintenance with the old blue tractor. Gonna see, yeah, that's a bit stupid that I left the brakes on, but whatever. You know, we have to do the brake servicing anyway, so we're gonna find out. Hopefully, the only problem with overheating with the brakes can do is it can ruin the brake discs, but one way to find out is to take it apart, but that's another video's project, not for today. So I'm going to also, yeah, if this was all not frozen, I would be pretty much stuck, but right now everything is frozen, so I'm going to use the time to do the maintenance, and we're going to be back into the forest, because I want to get as much of those logs out as possible. And I don't know, with those spruce trees, I think we have to resort into winching them with the cable closer, because I can't drive the tractor that far, and those are really heavy ones as well. So I'm gonna have to think about it and do some planning. But anyway, let me just go back to the house and start doing the daily chores, and see you around when I get back to the forest. half of the stuff I need. Dude, there's a stupid branch here. Get the heck out. Freaking hazelnut trees. Alrighty, the Mudpit's frozen, so I'm going to continue getting as much out before the sun goes down. So let me get busy and show you when there's actually something to show. I see a bunch of stuff flying out. Okay, I'm gonna have to readjust the logs and we should be good. There, that should work. Let's get those back home. Well, the goal is not great. Oh, oh my god. If you think this cap isn't getting warm, wait until you start doing work. I think this is the last batch for this day. Everything here is cleaned up. So what have remained? These stumps. There's more stumps there. This pile, and I believe there's this little pieces here, which will be the next day's job. Oh, okay, there's some alders. This one's gonna go alone. So I'm gonna do some cleanup work and drive this thing back home, and I'm done for today because the sun is about to set, and I need some food, and lots managed. So let me get busy, and I guess we see around the next day when we come into this beautiful, beautiful place. I was actually scared that the mud pit would swallow me, but no, we're good. But definitely something's wrong with the hydraulics. Either there's a bad cylinder, there's a leak. So I'm gonna have to consult with certain experts, but I think I may need a new 3-point hydraulic valve assembly, and probably a new cylinder. But I think once this is all done, I have plenty of time to worry about that. So anyway, let me get busy and scrape off what I can for the next day. Oh boy, dude, the muck is frozen. Dude, I love that. We're almost done with this place, but I had a bit of a problem here. The wheels were pretty much spinning. There's a trough here, so I had to pretty much reroute from this trough, and despite the muck is frozen, you can see how deep of a groove I made. So pretty much this is frozen now. I don't have to do anything, but we have a few loads of let's say firewoods left. I don't know, there's one more there. With the spruce trees, I'm thinking about maybe hauling them one at a time, and I may have to actually adjust the road, maybe use this frozen piece here and get better leverage. And yeah, I also lost one wheel weight, and but I found that one. That was a front weight, actually, not the wheel weight. Blah. But we lost one spark plug because the spark plug just quit. Like, it wouldn't go anymore, and I replaced it, and now the starting engine works. But definitely changing those spark plugs is not fun when you have the hood and everything else in the way. And yeah, I think I'm more done for today with this, but I guess we have to come here 2 more times, and then everything should be ready. And oh man, once everything, this muck and all these trees are cleaned up, this will look absolutely nice. Like, I can guarantee that. But anyway, the day is over. Not much video footage. When I'm actually doing work, I don't really bother filming everything, so please understand that. So let me get me inside, and I'll come back here the next day. I have a problem. I don't know that this last batch is pretty darn pain in the butt, really. I mean, you take a scoopful and now look at what happens. They just fall out. I don't understand. What the heck? Why do you want to fall out, man? I'm gonna finish around here and see if we can actually make this load a bit more manageable, I guess. Okay, let's get back now to the part where I want to get up. You go. Oh my god. Like these, some of these logs are problematic, I tell you. Okay. There. Alrighty, it went up the hill, but it was like, as you can see, this is slippery here. This one kind of, but here it's complete ice, so if you're here, you're stuck, you're going backwards. So I think my best option is I'm gonna come back here and take all the equipment, and then we're going to see what we can save from this mud pit. I'm gonna leave probably the rest of here. Having rock hard tires is really not fun, especially around here. Okay, enough yapping. I'm gonna bring up the date when there's something to show. see if... There. Okay, here's the final result of the log haul. I would say there's about 12, maybe even 15 cubits here in this pile, but this needs to be cut and processed, so that's gonna be another video's thing at all, because in this part we only managed to deal with that mud pit. And I also went and took this bag full of logs and stumps, which can be also processed for the stove, so not one single piece left behind, I guess. So yeah, it looks messy, but you know, with that log grappler you can't really do like professional work. And one thing I found out is if you have these huge about 20 or 30 centimeter trees in diameter, these work the best with the grappler. But these small ones, they're extremely slippery, they come off. I had to, you know, constantly pick up certain stragglers, and that was a lot of work that could have been avoided. But let's go back to the forest and look at what we managed to get out, and then we're going to talk about the other plants. Ooh, wind is picking up, so I guess we have some weather change coming, because the southern wind picked up and it's pretty fast. Let me show you what I did here. Pretty much I think the old road went straight here and did this curve, but everything is just grown into weeds and hazelnut trees. I think I broke one maple tree, but there's like tens or 20 or hundreds of them here, so don't really care. I think this hazelnut tree will have to come off. There's more dead stuff that I need to pick up in the future. So you know what, content wise I will never run out of content ever with this kind of work. But I did leave something here besides that cable. We might need it. So there's a bit of a problem, and the problem is these spruce trees. Now if you look at the video, you see how I struggled getting up the hill. Even if I took some branches and throw them into that mud pit, that wouldn't help, because those tires are rock hard. They're just pretty much plastic. So my solution is take these logs with, or try to find some other solution to get these very good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them here, so 6 logs. I have to somehow all out, but otherwise I'm done with this place. I mean, wasn't easy, because the last 2 loads I really struggled with them, but I guess it could be worse. I mean, that mud pit was this time kind of forgiving, but we definitely need new tires or a lot of weight in the front, because otherwise we won't be making up the hill. But anyway, if you made it this far, this is the end of the part 1 of this video. In part 2 we're going to maybe get these spruce logs out, do some cutting, and go into the other areas where there's more dead stuff just on the ground, or as I like to say, it's just money being thrown into nothing. And please, thank you all for coming, and please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more of this, so stay tuned for more.